Imagine a relationship that flourishes, and a relationship with less arguments, a relationship where you feel the same over time as time go by. Instead of losing feelings, you gain feelings. A little about me. My name is Brent. I've been married for over 15 years. It'll be 16 years in December. When I first got married, or should I say, when I first proposed to my wife, a guy told me he had been married like 8 years, and he started to tell me different things about marriage. I wouldn't listen. He couldn't tell me anything. Me and my fiance, we had been together 3 years already. She was pretty happy. I was happy. So I thought that I knew everything. Come to find out, I didn't know much. So today I'm here to share with you some of the things that I have learned, some of the ways that you can make your relationship better. Me and my wife, as I said before, we've been together for over 15 years. We've been married over 15 years, been together over 18. I have 8 kids, all by my wife. According to divorceusu.edu, 40 to 50% of first marriages end in divorce. Staggering numbers. According to the same website, 60% of second marriages end in divorce. According to WebMD.com, 33% of first marriages end within 10 years. According to the same site, 43% of first marriages end within 15 years. So looking at this, at first, it was kind of sad because I was looking at the statistics, but then later I smiled because I surpassed all the statistics. First, we'll talk about a little bit about the history of marriage. And I rehearsed this speech several times, and each time I came up with different things because there's so much to talk about. But we are going to narrow it down. And like I say, I presented the slides because I want to show you, before I just go start into, sort of like a tangent, just give you some of the history based on what other people think. The history of marriage. Marriage had little to do with love or religion. Today's society, that's why people get married. Or that's why we think people should get married. Once a man married the woman became his property. If the woman could not produce, she was given back. And as I was reading, because back then, the man was the hunter, the woman stayed at home. So that a man would know that the son was biologically his, one of his heirs, he married the woman. So basically, he took the woman off the block, saying that you can only be with me. Now, the man could be with other women, but the woman, she couldn't be with other men. And if the woman couldn't produce a son for the man, he was allowed to give her back to her family and go remarry. Love wasn't introduced until a man gained feelings for another man's wife. What this was saying, and it was kind of interesting, like I say, they married then just so they could take the woman off the block and have kids. Love wasn't involved. And that was a story I was reading about. A man fell in love with another man's wife, and so they stopped the institution of, we're just going to get married. We're actually going to have love involved. Okay. As I was doing some research, there was a lot of things about a lot of different reasons. I kept Googling top reasons for divorce, and different websites gave me different information. But for years, this has always been my top 3. Communication, money, sex. Most people would think sex would be number 1, but it's number 3, and I'll tell you why. Communication. Without communication, you have nothing. If you're not talking, if you're not conversing with one another, you don't know each other's goals, there's no mission. In marriage, you have to have a mission. And without communication, you don't know what it is. Money. If you don't have money, you don't want to talk. And sex, If you're not talking and you don't have money, you don't want to have sex. A few more reasons for divorce. He don't listen. Pride. Pride is something serious. A man has a lot of pride. Women have pride too, but as I noticed, a man with pride, they show it differently. My wife can do something that makes me upset. I won't say anything about it. I'll go and be mad, be upset all day until I finally calm down. If I do something to make her upset, when I'm driving to school, I'm gonna get a text before I get here. Other people, including family, keep people out your business. When you're married, communicate with each other. Don't get on the phone calling your girlfriend 5 minutes after something happened. Even with your family members. Ways to become a better spouse. Communicate. Talk about your problem to each other. Listen. Leave the past alone. People think the past is something that happened 5 months ago. People think the past is something that happened 10 years ago. People think the past is something that happened 3 years ago. The past is something that happened 5 minutes ago. If it's not going to help your relationship, leave it alone. My sister always tells me, and this is something I live by today, if you're not going to leave, shut up. What's the use of arguing? You're not leaving, so shut up. Secrets kill trust. When you study keeping secrets from your spouse, you killing the trust. Give compliments daily. Never say you look nice today. If I tell you you look nice today, you might smile, but then you might think, oh, yesterday I wasn't looking good. So never tell your spouse you look nice today. Just say, baby, you look nice. Stop with the added comments and lip smacking. I talked about that on my first date. That's one of my pet peeves. Stop. Never compare your spouse to your ex or someone on television. Don't do that. Don't do that. If your spouse cooks spaghetti, don't say, my mom used to cook spaghetti like this. They don't want to hear that. If your spouse working out, don't compare him to somebody on television who's working out. Stay grateful. Stop complaining. Please stop complaining. Valentine's Day, Christmas, doesn't matter. You don't know what your spouse is going through. If they get you some fingernail polish, baby, I love this fingernail polish. This fingernail polish is my favorite color. Stop complaining. If you're not going to leave, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. In my conclusion, there's no such thing as a perfect marriage. Opposites attract, so there's always going to be friction. Everyone has problems. The preacher has problems. Some people just cover it up and hide it better than others. Never tell single friends about your marriage problems. Please don't do that. Because the first thing they're going to say, oh, I wouldn't take that. I'll leave. Girl, you take, I wouldn't take that. I'll leave. Stop. They would take it. They just not taking it because they're single. And there's a reason why they're single. Because they won't take it. Marriage, and remember this, marriage isn't for you. It's for your spouse. People think, oh, I'm not happy. I'm not happy in my marriage. I'm not happy in my marriage. Why are you not happy? Because you're trying to make yourself happy. You didn't marry to make yourself happy. You married to make your spouse happy. And vice versa. That's me and my lovely wife. Been together for a very, very long time.